Ahoy there, Legion! Our previous free-to-player build guide Tenno thing whatever seemed to do pretty good with the Rhino, so I thought I'd give Ember the Atkins treatment too. Not that she even needs it. Ember, you one fine-looking lady, if I do say so myself. Y'all can swoon over Saren, just leaves more alone time for me and Ember. And Valkyr. What? Guy's gotta have his options. When I talked about Ember's changes, I said I felt like they were pushing players into playing her as a Battlemage or a melee caster hybrid. I was curious to see how far I could go with that, so here's me cleaning up a solo Tier 2 extermination run. To be honest, Tier 2 was really easy. There was the occasional heavy unit or unlucky status proc, but other than that, everything went down fairly quickly. So I thought I'd crank it up a notch and give Tier 3 a gander. And that makes for quite the jump in difficulty, Legion, I gotta say. If there were only basic grunt units spawning in, it would still have been very easy, as they're little more than minor loot pinatas. The difficulty arrived due to the corrupted nullifiers, bombards, and the high health and armor on heavy gunners. Also, a good amount of Eximus enemies popped in too, because they didn't want to feel left out, I suppose. As I said, this was designed as a melee caster, though to be honest, it ended up about 80% melee and 20% caster. I think if I had more room to spend points, I could have evened it out or even flipped those percentages, but in the end, with all the restraints in place, I'm happy how she turned out. The basic idea here is her second ability stuns enemies near her as well as applies a thin coating of gasoline, which multiplies the amount of fire damage they receive. Generally, you are supposed to follow this up with the lackluster World on Fire, but we got ourselves a Battlemage, Legion. Fire sword greater than everything. Can you even imagine the possibilities? You could cook bacon as you slice it. What a time to be alive! I'll show the mod loadout in just a second, but the general playstyle is block or take cover to avoid damage, slice and dice the common grunts to conserve energy, use Fire Blast to knock down targets and create an opening or exit, World on Fire when things really turn south, and liberally stun and douse them with accelerant before hitting them with the haymaker of a channeled melee strike and or combo. But, time for the million credit question, is it effective? Keep it in mind, this is for the most part an entirely sword-alone build without any consumable items used. I'd say yes. As you can see, you need to play smart and avoid open areas or getting ganked by heavy targets, but it is possible. The runs do tend to be on the slow side, as you have to be methodical or else you'll die something fierce. Had a few close calls myself. Poor Kubro died halfway in because of some really rotten luck on spawns. But he's okay. Just give him some belly wubs and he's all good. Dad's right. Ah, singed fur. Someone needs a bath. Hey, where you going? Here are the mods used. Again, I'll say this is only a template, and you will do a great deal better if you decide to use orokins or forma. This is just to show how I handle Tier 3 with just a flaming stick as my main means of damage. Also, in case any brand new Tenno out there was curious how, here's something you can attempt to emulate if you like. One thing to note, I ran these missions with reflection, which many players, myself included, would think was really, really weird. It kinda sucks, but I want to like it, Legion. The amount of awesome this idea sounds like, it's great. But if you want to be more effective, I'd swap it out with this. One nifty thing though, nullifiers easily kill themselves if you reflect their shots. Even killed one with 2 shield ospreys zapping them. Gave me a chuckle when that happened. Here's the weapons mods, as they matter too. Generally, you'll want as much damage you can get. I opted for straight up damage, fire damage, and then channel damage with life strike keeping me alive. So in theory, and if you have the energy to spare, you can pop accelerant and then channel damage them down rather quickly. Heat sword of course does innate fire damage, plus all the other mods on there, and accelerant does increased fire damage, and you get hit for a pretty good amount. And don't forget, heat sword does do a nice large fire-based AoE when you jump slam. Might just save you. Thank you for watching, Legion. If you want to be awesome, be sure to like, favorite, and share this video with your fellow Tenno. We always appreciate it when you does. If you want to be even more awesome, subscribe and join the ever-increasingly mighty Legion. It'll help you stay up to date with Warframe's stuffs as well as our other zany uploads 3 times a week. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. Catch you next time, Legion. Take care.